All right, so we got a Patreon member. My man's Manny. All right, so he says, yo, KB, quick question. If you're texting a girl, everything is going all right, and you've been texting pretty consistent, not texting all day, but in a couple hour intervals or so, is it okay? Is it an okay move to just stop texting her for a day, just to get some space, or do I think that's a bad idea? Just feel like I want a little space. That's why not into texting all day, every day, but not sure if that's a bad move. Now, okay, listen. With texting, you have to be consistently inconsistent, right? Now it's okay to text sometimes, like, so many guys say, oh, text her hours later. The problem with texting hours later is when you have a good conversation going, you kind of break and kill that momentum. Like you don't get to have that playful banter. You don't get to have that flirting. You don't get a really good conversation going when you text a girl hours later all the time. It's not practical, and it's not something you should do all the time. Now, every once in a while, it's okay to do. Now, me, I genuinely do this because I make myself genuinely busy. I like to work out all day. I don't have to work a 9 to 5, so I do what I want. Either I'm doing a podcast, or I'm socializing with friends, or I'm shipping stuff off for business, or I'm doing business stuff. So I try to keep myself pretty busy, and I'm like a type of person, when I'm in the moment, It's hard for me to be attentive to other things. So what you want to do is to be consistently inconsistent. Now, he said he just wants space. If you go a day without text, that is perfectly fine. And I recommend you guys kind of do that at the beginning. Sometimes if you go the whole day, if you've been texting all day, you just go the whole day, or maybe you just actually go a whole day without texting her. That is fine, because she has to know that I'm not going to be available. If you are genuinely a busy person, or if you genuinely like your space, that's something you need to condition her for, because she needs to know that you need your space. You're not going to be a person that's going to be there all the time. And that's a part of maturity for a woman to understand that. Unless she wants a loser, or unless she's a super insecure girl and she's used to dating guys who's going to talk to her all day, every day, then maybe that's the kind of guy she needs to be with, and maybe she's not for you, But I think that's a little unrealistic to have that kind of texting pattern anyway, right? Because you don't ultimately have a life, and then when you can't keep it consistent, she thinks you're being sus, she thinks you don't like her, she thinks you don't love her. It's a little grade school, high school type shit, right? But on Patreon, if you guys do subscribe to Patreon, I have a whole texting series, and I cover pretty much the basics. I might do a part 2. So subscribe to Patreon today, or if you guys want to book a private consultation, you can text my assistant. It is not me, at 516-500-7906. All right. If you're in the United States, if you're not, message